He is a household name in Zimbabwe. You know, he just shows every week. This is what he does for a living.
We gonna make that happen. Why not?
Oh, you was just partying.
Yeah.
So you would a dancer yourself?
Yeah, you know, a few girls break your heart, and you know, you want to sing some emotion.
Some say greatness is born. Others say it is made. But I say it's fucking Wavio, baby.
Right, gang, welcome back to the latest episode of the Wavio Way. Crids is still on holiday, so I'm joined with my co-host,
Rangu Bound.
and today, I know I say this every week, but we've got a special episode. We've got some exciting news. We've been working hard here at Wavio Records. You know, we started this journey about 8 months ago. Started off there was only three of us, me, Rangu, and Crids. But today's about expansion. I touched on it on the last episode. We have grand plans of what I call the Africa expansion. We had Linda Ray on here a few weeks ago where we spoke about how there's no authoritative figure in Africa and there's a wealth of talent there, and how we wanted to help that wealth of talent kind of become more international. And that segues me beautifully onto our next topic. We are joined today by a Zimbabwean superstar, my home country, as absolute household name in Bulawayo, yeah? Here we are with Msiz'Kay.
Yeah. What's good, fam? What's good?
How we doing, bro? How are we?
I'm doing great. Thank you guys for having me come on. And man, yeah, it's nice to be interacting with you guys all the way over there. With me all the way over here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it's great to meet you as well, Msiz'Kay, because I think this is the first time we've met as well, isn't it? And I've been hearing.
Yeah, first time linking up.
Yeah, and it's great to finally see, and I've been hearing all the stuff you've been going on, and it's been great. It sounds great, everything, and yeah, great time.
Yeah.
So, firstly, just in case for the viewers, I do want to apologize if there's any delay. Like, he's just said he's in Zimbabwe, all the way the other side of the planet, so there might be a slight delay. But the show keeps going. The show goes on.
It always goes on.
The show goes
Always
on.
goes on.
So, what we want to talk about today is kind of how this partnership started and where it's going. So, walk us through your history and your musical journey. What's going on with you right now?
Yeah. Been making music for so long now. I think started out recording my first song back in 2010. So for me, music has just been that friend that's always been there. So I've been putting out these albums, I've been putting out the singles, I've been trying to break into the international scene. Performances all around the city where I'm from, in Bulawayo, in the country, Zimbabwe. I've even come out to the UK sometime last year. I came out there for 2 shows in the summer, and then I'm also working on a new album. Some new music that will just make it all come together. Make it all come together full circle and expanding. The brand, the music, all the way to everywhere, reaching everybody everywhere.
I hear that. I love that. I love the vision. I love the determination. I love the drive. So, what kind of music is it that you make, just for the viewers?
For me, I loved, in the beginning, I loved to call it something Afro. I met someone who once said to me, "Your sound is so unique. It is neither this nor that." And this was way back in 2016 or 2015.
Yeah.
Can't even remember, but sometime back then. So I called it something Afro for a long time, and until I met other artists and other musicians that also do something similar. They call it Afrofusion. Lately, it's being called Afro beats, and
Yeah.
and I think I'm comfortable to say I'm an Afrofusion artist,
Yeah.
but I'm a very versatile artist. So I do a lot of different genres and music styles. So yeah, that's me.
It's great. Like I've heard some of the stuff you've done. You do a bit of amapiano as well.
Yeah, I'm a piano, Afro house, Afro tech,
Oh, wow.
Afro beats. I dabble in a little bit of everything.
Anything with Afro in the name. Is there anything?
Yeah.
Afro pop, Afro rock, Afro R&B.
Is there Afro trap?
Yeah, make that happen. Why
We've got to invent
You know.
a new genre.
I love that. I love that. So Msiz'Kay, walk me through what it's like in Zimbabwe. You know, obviously in the UK.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, nowadays everyone's a musician, everyone's a producer, and everyone's making music.
Yeah.
I'm sure in Zimbabwe it's obviously a lot less accessible. You know, it's not everyone's a DJ. Not everyone can do the things that are as accessible in the UK. How did you find your journey? You know, right from scratch all the way to all the way to, because just for our viewers quickly, he is a household name in Zimbabwe. You know, he just shows every week. This is what he does for a living. So I want to understand how it is you got to the level that you're at now.
He's that guy, pal. That's a crit line.
Yeah. So I actually think it is almost similar because when I started out, it used to be harder to get a place where you can record.
Yeah,
But now, you know, any kid can buy a laptop and the mic and record in their room,
exactly.
same as anywhere in the world, even here in Zimbabwe. Yeah. So the industry is now more open to just about anyone. You know, people are making music and putting it out there, and people from here are getting all these crazy deals and access to places in different people and places in different parts of the world. So for me, when I started out, I was fortunate to meet a great producer by the name of Joe Masego. He was a legendary producer from my city. So when I started out, that's who got me into production, recording, who even influenced my sound because I remember when I started out, I was very much like your ordinary hip hop guy, like
Yeah,
hardcore hip hop as it was in that day. And he told me something that stuck with me like, what is it that is going to differentiate you from everyone else? How are you going to
some knowledge
own
there.
this thing that you have taken? You know, like you need to own it, make it your own, and, you know, add that African sauce, that thing that will make it different and appeal to everyone. And, you know, so for me, it's been that journey of discovery because every day you realize that, okay, there is this part of me that I have not yet,
Tapped
you
into.
know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
met or, you know, yeah. So putting it out there and trying to be myself, but at the same time, also making relatable music, which I think is my superpower.
Yeah,
And you know, my way of writing, my style of writing, and how people relate to the music, I feel is what really has made the music have this much impact and what got me to where I am today.
Oh, wow.
that's inspiring stuff, man.
Yeah,
For real.
you really think about all this like very deeply. It really comes from the soul. I feel
Yeah,
that, like from a musician myself.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, it's like you
Yeah.
live and breathe the music, and
That's
especially
it.
like you. Like, I've heard that you know you produce and mix your own music as well as creating it.
Yeah.
And
So that's all because, like I say, I was lucky when I was, you know, earlier on. I recorded my first song in 2010, but that was when I was still in university. So when I was done with university, afterwards I came back home. I did my university in South Africa, came back home to Zimbabwe, and then I was able to link up with Joe Masego. And that is the guy who literally changed my life because I went from being just an artist who records music to being a producer and a sound engineer under his, like uh, tutelage, or I don't know what you call it, because he taught me everything that I know. So.
Yeah, but
So yeah,
you got.
that
Oh,
is
sorry.
what I think made it possible mm, to able to control the sound where it goes, to be able to decide this is what I want to sound like.
Yeah.
I had better control over that whole aspect of, you know, the process.
how did you meet this Joel guy? Where did you meet him?
Oh, uh, for me, I think how I met Joe was through a friend who used to, who stayed who used to stay close to where I stay. He was also an aspiring music producer at the time, and he's the one who connected the both of us. Like, hey, this is my mentor, and then he also became my mentor too, as well.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, that's fun.
I'm sure you probably inspired him as well, though, because I think you can be humble as much as you want, but it takes some people you can try to teach them, but they don't want to learn, and they also think they know what's best, and it takes a certain type of character, a certain type of person to not just know, but also to listen. Do you know what I mean? And be prepared to learn things that you didn't be humble enough to learn. So that's a great quality there, man, for real. Yeah. So you said you did your university in South Africa. Obviously, South Africa now.
Yeah.
South Africa is finally, I'd say, over the last 5 years, is finally getting its international recognition for the music scene with obviously artists like Tyler.
For sure.
With artists like Tyler.
Yeah.
Walk us through what it was like in your time in South Africa. Do you still go back often, or walk us through that.
Yeah. I haven't really gone back to South Africa often since I finished my college, because I studied there, but I didn't stay there. But while I was in college, I remember that's the first time when I got radio airplay when I was in South Africa in college. The first time I got performances, where I noticed that the music could move crowds, performing it at university events and whatnot. So there is obviously a very rich culture and appreciation for music in South Africa. And I wish I had been able to experience it outside of college, but for me, my experience was the college life while I stayed and studied there.
Ian.
Yeah.
I don't blame you, bro. I don't blame you. Do you know? But everything happens for a reason, man. Everything happens for a reason. Because even when I was at university, I was at university near London, and I could have taken advantage and made connections, and I could have been doing all these things. But instead, I was just talking to girls. I was just partying all day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if I could go back, I say I'd like to do things different, but I'd probably get sucked back into the parties. I'd get sucked back in. But there ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason.
For sure. So everything does.
So I wanna segue nicely into this point. So we are very, very proud that Msiz'Kay has chosen us. He approached us, and we've recently, I think it was yesterday, wasn't it? We signed the deal. I wanted to have the physical copy here to wave it in front of the camera, but it is real. He is officially since our inception. He's the first artist signed, and it is the step one into this Africa expansion. Because me being half Zimbabwean, it's so dear to my heart that there is a wealth of talent in Africa, isn't there? There's so much talent, and I think the rest of the world isn't
too much talent
for real, and the rest of the world just isn't opening their eyes to it, and we want to change that, and we're hoping that you're gonna be step one in this movement.
I'm hoping for the same, bro. I'm hoping that I'm excited about the partnership, and I can't wait for everyone to hear the music, man. Without a doubt, the music will do the talking.
Well, this is it. Honestly, I've listened to the EP that you've got coming out. It's A Walk in My Shoes, right? That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. I've got
Walk a mile in my shoes.
A mile in my shoes. Apologies. Tell us more about that, because I've got a few things I want to talk about it. But you tell us about how that started, where that came from.
So when I started out making music, I think earlier on in my career, I used to exclusively write in English. So, being influenced a lot by hip hop, listening to Kanye West, Jay-Z, and all of them, that's what started me in this whole thing. Earlier on, way back. So now, when I realized that I would make a better impact in my own vernacular language locally, I switched. But I would still write all English songs and put them on the side, and keep these concepts. I'll be like, I'll keep this for when the time comes. So most of my career and the impact that I've made locally has been off of making music in my language. So when I set out to make this EP, it was to make an EP that has my feel and my sound, but can be heard and listened to by anyone from anywhere in the world. So, which is why I try to add like 98% English or something like that. So that's what I was going for with this one.
Yeah. So when you sent it to me a couple of weeks ago, I listened to him. Initially, my sister, she loves obviously South African music, Zimbabwean music. She loves the Afro beats. But I sent it to her initially. She loved it. She was like, "Get him to sign the paper now. Get him to sign that. Get him to sign that paper right now." And then I showed it to my mother. I showed it to my mother as well. And that's the beautiful thing I think about this EP that's coming out. not only is it just great music, but it's got such a wide spectrum of who can listen to it. It's not just it's got that radio play value. Like you can imagine it's being played on any radio in any country. It's got mums can listen to it, daughters can listen to it. You got aunties can listen to it, grandmothers can listen to it, and yesterday I was showing it to one of the potential collaborators, a good friend of mine, Elena Meyer. I showed it to her, and she kept touching her heart, and she really felt it. You really moved her, and some of the lyrics, they really are.
Yeah.
I like to think I try to do the same thing. You don't say a lot of words, but in those few words, there's a big meaning. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
It's not like a.
Yeah, I get that.
It's not like a Kendrick Lamar, Eminem, where he says so many words to make a whole meaning. It's just few words, but big meaning. And
it's the quality of the words.
Honestly, for real. I think it was. I don't know if I'm allowed to say. Can I say one of the names of the songs?
Yeah.
So it's a song you got coming out called "Souvenir," and it's a tale about a love that didn't work out. If I'm right in saying that, and you wanted to take something from that love, and honestly, it really is a moving piece of music. And guys, I really implore you to go check out his music that's out now. He has got a lot of his songs are spoken in Ndebele, but a lot of them are spoken in English. And honestly, you'll see what I mean. I've got to ask another question. You said you started off doing hip hop, and you said you were inspired by the Kanyes, the Jay-Z's. When did the whole singing thing start? Were you always a singer, or were you initially a rapper?
That's actually a great question because so initially when I started out, I would write these pieces of music and I would look for someone else to come and sing them for me. So as I started to learn production, sound engineering, I got confident enough to say, no, let me try and sing this. I will have enough time to work on it and make it sound as good as I want it to sound. So, it was harder in the beginning to get a vocalist to come and get on your track. So it all started with doing the hooks for my first album. So I would do all these hooks myself instead of getting someone to come and feature.
Yeah.
And that made me just get used to it. I just got used to it.
Yeah.
Now I think there's people that actually ask me why you don't rap no more.
Which people would ask me
because I used to be 100% like that guy.
Yeah.
And but it's an evolution. It happened over time. Yeah.
No, I can totally relate to it. I think with the when I was younger, rapping was my thing. Like I used to love it. I think that also when you're a younger man, you have that aggression in you. You have that need to prove you're the best. I'm the man, and this bravado kind of image.
Yeah.
But then the older you get, you girls break your heart, and you want to sing some emotion. But also, I do feel that with the singing, just like you, initially I wasn't very confident enough to do it. I thought, I heavily auto-tuned my stuff, or I wasn't really singing. I wasn't, when you're in the studio and you're too scared, can I hit that note? And you're holding back. But then, the more you start hitting these notes, the more you start thinking, I'm not too bad at this singing thing. But honestly, bro, that EP, honestly, bro, you made me rethink, am I a singer? Because you have got some pipes, bro, honestly.
You know what they say? They say not everyone that sings is a singer. So
yeah, I guess I'm one of those guys.
I guess I'm a rapper who sings. Yeah.
So, if we're looking, I want to go back to talking about the scene in Africa and Southern Africa, to be specific. Walk us through, because I remember we was talking the other day. You was talking about how you're doing at least a show a week. What are these shows like? And
because
what kind of venues? And if I want to try, if we can, we're gonna put up some clips of these performances up on here on the green screen.
Yeah.
So walk us through what kind of shows
we
you do.
I think mostly I've been doing the bigger shows now, especially in the city. Festivals. I do a lot of most of the shows really are, club shows where you do clubs.
Yeah.
Those are the easier gigs to get, obviously.
Yeah.
And then the festivals are few and far in between. And the bigger shows like award shows, festivals, those are the ones that come less frequently. But the ones that are there almost every weekend, the clubs, the pubs, that's really what we do on a
So
weekly basis.
my cousin, shout out Afi Nomad. He's just come back from Zim. I haven't been to Zim since I was a boy, but he was telling me, yo, the nightlife in Zim is crazy. Yeah, and I didn't see this coming. Obviously I haven't been there such a long time. I don't know what to expect. Walk us through the nightlife of Zim.
It's crazy, man. I think the one thing about Zim is that it's relatively safer than other countries
Yeah.
around in Southern Africa. It's that safety allows people to just have that freedom to go out and have fun. The night spots they're popping. It can go from 10, from 6, not even from 10, from 6 to 6 the next day.
Damn.
You know that kind of vibe. It's
And what?
insane.
'Cause
You can move from one place to the next
another.
and just
Well,
get lost in it.
honestly, yeah, I'm gonna be honest. The picture that a lot
Yeah.
of people in England get painted of Zimbabwe is, you think it's poverty stricken, you think no one's eating, you wouldn't think this exists, innit? So for the viewers who are watching, there's gonna be a lot of viewers who think this, and this is gonna be a big surprise to them. Walk us through, what kind of parties is it? Are we talking nightclubs? Are we talking house parties? What are we talking about here?
We're talking nightclubs. We're talking what do you call it? It's a nightclub. That's the only way to describe it. That vibe where you go in and there's other people that are just there to have fun.
Yeah.
No lie, obviously the economic situation is not great.
Yeah.
But there is still, I think maybe that's even why more people want to go out and have fun.
To forget about
Blow up some steam, and enjoy, because we're only here for a minute anyway,
Nah, exactly.
It is a vibe, no doubt, a vibe. The nightclub, nightlife, that kind of life.
Yeah.
Did you find yourself? So you a dancer yourself?
He's too busy on stage, man. He's
That's
the
a
one
tricky one.
making everyone dance.
Oh, he's making the dance. Oh, I see.
Yeah,
I was
I
thinking,
wouldn't say I'm a dancer, but I am a performer.
Yes. I don't dance, I perform. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
I don't dance, I perform.
I was just wondering if, like,
Yeah, man.
if you go to the clubs, do you ever find yourself thinking, oh, I want to perform in this club, like I want to just I want to shut the music off and it's my show. Did you ever feel that?
Definitely.
But walk us
Because some of these spots,
sorry, walk us through, yeah.
some of these spots some of these spots, they are so, what you call it, they're so alive. It doesn't even need to be a weekend at some of these spots. You can go there even on a Monday and there will be, let's say, 80 to 100 people in the spot.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised, like, don't these people have jobs?
Yeah.
It never ends, is it? It's every day.
But even worse on a weekend. So you get there's so many people, you'll be like, I definitely want to shut the music down and let these people hear me. So yeah, that's the vibe. It's too lit.
That's so dope, man. That's so. I'm honestly, for me, I need to get over there because all my family are telling me, you need to go Zim. You're gonna see what the party's really like. You need to experience it.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't be calling myself Zulu Abantu and I ain't even been out partying in Zimbabwe. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm a fraud.
Roots are roots, my
That's
guy.
what I'm saying.
Roots are roots.
Thank you. I got validation here. I got the validation right here from the Bulawayo celebrity. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Msiz'Kay, I want to finally talk. Let's really get into. I want to talk more about this upcoming project. Give us your declaration. What is it? What's different about this work that's different to any of your other work? Why is this one? Why now? Why Wavio? Why do you want the world to hear this?
What's it called? A mile in my shoe. I think it's called.
Yeah.
Mile in my shoe.
Yeah. It's the story. For me, again, I like to put together pieces of work based on how I feel they would fall together. You know, for me, these 8 songs put together, they tell a beautiful story. I would like someone to feel like they have lived my life when they hear this music.
Yeah.
You know, so to feel like they have seen what I've seen, experienced what I've experienced through like just listening to this music. And the world has to hear this. They have to feel this. You know that. That's it for me. I just want to share this, you know, the moments, the emotions, the stories, all of that.
I love that.
There's a big selling point there, because I tell you, I feel like there's a lot of people who want to live your life. I want to live your life.
Yeah, I do. I want to be in Bulawayo. I want to be going 6 till 6 on a Monday.
Yeah, no.
Mr. Sober.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just for one day.
Well, that's brilliant. Look, we're gonna. I think unless there's anything else you want to say, I think we're gonna wrap it here and say goodbye to the guests. Is there anything else you want to say to the world?
Yeah, man, they're not ready.
They're not ready.
What we've got coming is a wave, bro.
Come
A wave. Msiz'Kay and Wavio, the wave.
Come
They
on.
ain't ready.
Come
They ain't
on.
ready.
I love
yeah.
that. You heard it here
Yeah,
first.
man.
Boys and girls, please like
time.
and subscribe, yeah? Comment what country in Africa you think we should be searching for talent next. Comment your favourite Msiz'Kay song. Comment your favourite Zulu Bantu song. And make sure you subscribe as well. Msiz'Kay, tell us what song should we play for right now? They're going to hear you right now at the end of it. What song should we play? New or...
All right, so if you've never heard Msiz'Kay before and you're thinking, okay, what does he do? Right now, everybody should hear this one song. It's called Msiz'Kay Recognition 2.0.
All I'm asking for is recognition. I want the world to stop and listen. All I'm asking for is recognition. I want the world to stop and listen. I wanna drive